got everything?
I think so.
All right. You sure you want to do this?
I'm sure.
No change in your mind.
Nope.
All right, let's get out of here before your grandmother hears us.
Okay.
Just a second, young lady.
Graham.
You were going to leave without telling me?
I would have written you a letter.
Oh. Lucky, would you give us a moment, please?
I'd rather he stay.
It's okay. I'm going to be out in the hallway.
Elizabeth, you promised me that you would come to me before you made any final decision.
I knew you would try to stop me from leaving.
And with good reason. Where are the two of you planning to go?
We haven't decided yet.
Well, where are you going to be sleeping? In the street?
If we have to.
You know I can call the police and they'll pick you up and bring you right back home.
And I will only leave again.
Elizabeth, running away will not change what's happened to you.
Yes, I know, and I should also quit stewing about it and get on with my life. Well, you know what, Graham? I tried it your way, and it didn't work for me. If it hadn't been for Lucky, I don't know what I'd do, and now you have thrown him out of the house.
Wait a minute. I did not forbid you to see him. I just don't want him living in your bedroom. It's entirely inappropriate.
Whatever that means. Graham, I don't want to fight with you right now. You did what you felt you had to do, and now I am doing the same. I'm sorry if this upsets you, but my mind is made up.
Lucky, would you come in here for a moment, please? Elizabeth, I would like one private word with Lucky. Would you please give us just one moment?
I don't think so. If you have something to discuss that concerns me, I want to be here.
You know what? It's okay. It's all right.
Please close the door when you go out.
Something I can do for you, Mrs. Hardy?
Lucky, you have had a very unusual upbringing.
A lot of people have told me that.
Growing up with Luke and Laura as your parents, I can understand how it might be quite natural for you to leave home and run around on your own at the drop of a hat. Elizabeth was not raised that way.
She came to this decision on her own, Mrs. Hardy. I had nothing to do with it. In fact, I tried to convince her not to do it.
Well, I believe you. But we both know if it weren't for you, the idea of leaving home would never have entered her head. I know her. I know her so well. She needs structure in her life, especially after what's happened.
I mean no disrespect, Mrs. Hardy, but what happened to Elizabeth is that she got raped. In spite of this nice, structured existence she's been living in, some guy jumped her in the park and violated her.
All the more reason I don't want her running around being unprotected.
If you're worried about the same thing happening again, I can promise you that it will not, as long as I'm around.
Lucky, you know, I am much too grateful to you for everything that you have done for Elizabeth to want to argue with you. You've helped her in ways that I just simply couldn't. But Lucky, I don't want you to think that just because I can't discuss this the way she wants me to, that I don't love her with all my heart, and I want only what's best for her.
So you want me to convince her not to leave?
She looks up to you. She respects you. I think if you tell her that she can't come with you, she'll drop the idea.
I don't know about that. She can be pretty determined when she wants to be,
But
Mrs.
you have
Hardy.
much more influence on her than you realize. Just think about what I'm saying. That's all I ask.
So what's the deal? Are we still on, or did she convince you to take her side?
Your grandmother's right. I don't think you should come with me.
What'd she do? Threaten to call the cops?
No. No, it wasn't that.
Then what? Because 10 minutes ago, all systems were go. Or have you suddenly decided that I'm not worth the trouble?
You know that's not possible. Elizabeth, your grandmother loves you. And she wants what's best for you.
I know, and I love her too. But right now, it doesn't help me to be around her. She can't even say the word rape, let alone discuss it.
Yeah, but just because she can't express how she feels the way you want her to doesn't mean she doesn't care.
You know, I spoke with your father. He loves you too. That didn't stop you from running out of the house the minute you found out what he did to your mom.
This is totally different. Your grandmother had nothing to do with what happened to you. You have no quarrel with her.
Oh, except for the fact that she has forced the only person I can trust right now to leave. If you can't stay here, I don't want to be here either.
There's another reason why I don't think you should come with me. It has nothing to do with your grandmother.
Is it all this secret stuff you've got going on with the Cassadines?
No, my involvement with the Cassadine idiocy is through. It's my father's war, but it is a war. And if your name is Spencer, it follows you around whether you like it or not. And you've been through enough. I don't want to see you get hurt because of something that has nothing to do with you.
Fine. I'll go by myself.
Elizabeth, what are you doing? Where?
You know what? I'm not really as helpless as it looks. I ran away from the family I was staying with in Colorado, and I made it here all by myself. I may not have a wallet full of phony IDs, but you know what? I've got a great smile, and I could tear up at a drop of a hat. You'd be amazed what people will do to help a stranded kid.
Well, you got the nerve, I'll give you that.
So can I go with you?
Just don't ever say I didn't warn you.
You're not going to regret this.
Yeah, just as long as I don't need a favor from your grandmother. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks.
You know what, why don't we just watch the sunset for a couple minutes, take a break here. You know, tomorrow night's the, Cassadine Ball. If you don't have any plans, we could sneak over to the island and have some fun. There's probably a lot of good food there.
Are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh. Thank you for letting me come with you.
Well, you didn't really leave me with much of a choice, did you?
I told you I'd go on my own.
Yeah, right. Then I'd just be spending all my time worrying about you. No thanks. This way, at least I know you're safe and sound.
Thanks anyway.
You're welcome.